Hi there, my name is Carrie Varela and I'm with Yogi Approved. I'm here today to be teaching a prenatal yoga flow. And I'm obviously pregnant myself. I'm 35 weeks. I'm going to be having a baby boy. I'm a longtime yoga teacher. I teach prana flow vinyasa and also blissology inspired yoga classes in Denver, Colorado. Now I found for myself at the beginning of my pregnancy, I kind of pushed myself to just be doing all the poses that I regularly can do in my body pre-pregnancy. And at a certain point in my pregnancy, I realized it just wasn't feeling good for me any longer to really be pushing my body. And I've had to create more and more modifications for my practice as my pregnancy has progressed. So today I wanted to offer all of you pregnant goddesses this really soothing and simple flow that you can use some of the modifications that I'm going to offer today if you practice regular vinyasa flow classes. All right, so to begin prenatal yoga, we always want to use a lot of props. And if you're practicing from home, you might not have a bunch of props handy for you, but you can use a lot of different things around the house that we can easily modify as props for our practice today. So we're going to start off with a blanket, and hopefully you have one handy. And then also, if you don't have a block, that's fine. You can use a block or a water bottle. And for a bolster, if you don't have a bolster handy, go ahead and just grab one of your couch cushions. So we're going to begin our practice today by sitting up on the blanket. Find a nice comfortable seat. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Go ahead and close your eyes and enjoy a few deep breaths. Now, a prenatal yoga class is an opportunity for us to move our bodies in a really safe way for our bodies and also for our babies. But it also can be a really wonderful time to connect to your baby. And I found for myself that when I come to my mat with this intention to move my body in a healthy way, and also to move the baby in a way that feels like almost like a massage for the baby, that I tend to get more nourishment and more enjoyment from the practice. It just feels better in my body. So you could come to your mat today with that simple intention, just to move in a healthy way that's safe for you and soothing and relaxing for your baby. Now, to do that, we need to stay connected to how the baby is oriented in space. So as you breathe, feel like your breath in is building this reservoir of love and tenderness and care for your baby. Feel your baby in the womb. And check into how your baby feels, if it feels excited, if it feels a little agitated or stressed or relaxed. Feel how in your heart that you're building this reservoir of love for your baby. All the wonderful things that you're excited for your baby to experience in his or her lifetime. And visualize that you're building a bridge of love between your heart and your baby. Now you might feel that you're somewhat connected to the baby's heartbeat or its movements, how it's oriented in your body. And try to keep that visualization throughout our flow today. So just a few more deep breaths here, letting your heart fill with love. And as you exhale, build that bridge of love between you and your baby. Now let's start our flow. So we're going to bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra, and we'll start off with an energizing pranayama. So it might be useful to switch the cross of your shins so that you have the opposite shin in front. And we'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your arms forward and round your spine, kind of like a cat shape. On an inhale breath, reach your arms up, and then draw your arms all the way back behind you. Try to touch your fingertips to the floor behind you and lift up through the sternum. Now with an exhale breath, bring your hands together, round your spine, curl chin to chest. It's called Robin's breath. Inhale, the arms reach up. They circle back behind you. Touch your fingertips to the floor. And then as you exhale, bring your hands together, curl your chin to your chest. Inhale, arms lift up. And then exhale, hands come together. Let's do about 5 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And last 2. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Inhale, bring your hands back to your heart. And then let's roll over our shins and come forward on our mats into tabletop. From tabletop position, let's lift our right arm all the way up. You can circle your right wrist a time or 2. And then with your exhale breath, bring your right arm underneath the left arm, threading the needle. Now, if it feels good, you can extend your left arm forward or wrap your left arm around your back. You can simply keep your left hand where it is so it offers more stability for your right shoulder. Now, you might breathe into any part of your body that feels a little bit exhausted, tired, lethargic. Let your body relax. And on your next inhale breath, let's release that twist. Sweep your right arm all the way up. And then exhale, lower your right hand to the floor. We'll switch sides. Inhale, lift the left arm all the way up. And then exhale, thread the needle, bringing your left cheekbone to the floor. Again, you can prop up on your right hand or wrap your right arm around your back or extend your right arm forward, whatever feels best in your body today. For me today, it feels most comfortable to have my right hand supporting my shoulder, knowing that we always need to be a little bit cognizant of not overstretching as a pregnant woman. And we have this powerful hormone called relaxin moving through our body, and that lengthens and relaxes ligaments and tendons, makes us more susceptible to overstretching. So on your next inhale, lift your left arm all the way up. And then with your exhale breath, let's lower the left hand to the floor. Curl your toes under, lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Enjoy a few deep breaths in downward dog. Spread your hands very wide into the floor. Try not to bring all of your weight into the heels of your hands. Distribute the weight equally through all 10 fingers. Roll your inner thighs back. Let your heels relax towards the floor. Now as you do that, send the sit bones away from the heels. Press the hands into the floor and maximize the space between your fingertips and your sit bones. How about one more deep breath in? And one more deep breath out. Walk slowly to the top of your mat. And one thing that might be useful in your body is bringing your feet out about as wide as the mat so that there's plenty of space for your baby to relax here, that you don't feel like you're compressing your lower abdominals up against your upper thighs. Now on an inhale breath, let's lift up halfway, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, relax into a forward fold. Take your hands to the outside edges of your shins and start to give the outer edges of your shins a little massage. And then bring your hands up the outer knees, along the IT bands, massaging your legs.
Bring the hands up around the hips. You can massage the hips in a circular fashion. And then bring the hands over the buttocks, down the hamstrings, across the knees, along the calves. It's awakening sensation in your body through touch. And then bring your hands to your inner ankles, your inner shins, over the knees, and start to round your way all the way up into a standing position. On an inhale breath, reach your arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So we're going to go do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. And this is a common sequence that you'll see in most yoga classes. So I want to give you a lot of modifications that you can use for pregnancy. So we'll begin by inhaling and reaching our arms up. And then exhale, dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your hands to the floor, step back. Let's come into plank pose. Enjoy just 1 deep breath in plank. And then exhale, bring your knees to the floor. On an inhale breath, let's do 3 rounds of cat-cow. Gaze up. And then as you exhale, curl chin to chest. 2 more. Inhale, gazing up. Starting to really stimulate movement through your spine. Exhale, curling chin to chest. And 1 more here. Inhale. And as you exhale, give your baby a little hug with your abdominal muscles. Good. Inhale. Breathe your way into a neutral spine. Curl your toes under and lift your hips to the sky. Downward dog. Enjoy a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now as you step to the top of your mat, step your right foot wide of your right hand and your left foot wide of your left hand. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then as you exhale, fold and relax, making sure that there's plenty of space for your baby in the forward fold. Inhale breath, either a rounded or straight spine. Lift your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale breath, place your palms to the floor, step back into plank pose. Let's take 1 deep breath in plank. And then exhale, bring your knees to the floor. And here's another modification that we can start to add more movement into our hips. So from here, you'll come into a child's pose. Make sure there's enough space for your baby. Now on an inhale breath, we'll come forward, lift the toes up off the floor, and curl your toes back towards the nape of the neck. As you exhale, come back into child's pose. Inhale, come forward. We'll call this upward dog variation. And then exhale, bring your hips to your heels. Good. Inhale, coming forward. We always want to be a little bit careful of stretching our front body, given that most of these muscles are really stretched out already with your pregnancy. Inhale, how about 1 more time? We'll come forward, upward dog variation. And then exhale, let's land in downward facing dog. Enjoy a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now step your right foot wide towards the top of your mat, left foot wide towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, relax, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up through standing. Huge breath into the body. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. 1 more cycle. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, breath, dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, breath, plant your hands, step back into plank pose. Take a long, deep breath in.
And then exhale, bring your knees down. Now let's start to add a little bit more vigor as our body warms up. So we'll call these pregnancy push-ups. We're gonna reach our shoulders forward of our wrists, come forward at a slight angle so that you're not directly on your kneecaps. Now as you exhale, start to lower your chin all the way to the floor. And as you exhale, you can make a shushing sound through your mouth. Coming back up. Inhale, we lower. And then exhale, slight squeeze of the abdominals. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, we rise. Good. Curl your toes under, land in downward facing dog. Enjoy a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now step your right foot wide of your right hand. Same with the left leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, relax, forward fold. Inhale, rise slowly all the way up to standing. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now let's step our right foot open to the right and set up in triangle prep pose. So the arms reach wide. And now we're gonna enjoy heel to arch alignment of our feet. Soft bend in your front left knee. And then hinge at the pelvis. Bring your left hand to your shin and reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And now as you exhale, bring your right hand to the nape of the neck. On an inhale breath, start to turn your gaze upwards towards the sky. Lean back through the right elbow. Lean your head back into your right hand. Now with your exhale breath, bring your right elbow to your left elbow. Inhale, lift your right elbow up. And then exhale, right elbow to the left. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, really stimulating for your kidneys. Exhale, and they do a lot of work when you're pregnant. Reach our right arm all the way up. And then as you exhale, bend the front knee. Let's rise back up into Virabhadrasana 2. On an inhale breath, we'll come into reverse warrior. And then as you exhale, you can bring your left elbow to your thigh and reach your right arm up and over the ear. Now here's where a prop could come into play. So if you wanted to use your block or a water bottle, you could rest your left hand on a block or water bottle instead. Inhale breath, rise up, reverse warrior. And then exhale, come forward, hand to the floor or block or elbow to thigh. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extended side angle. Let's do one more cycle. Inhale. And exhale. Now from this position, it feels really nice to wrap your right arm around your back. And you can enjoy a half bind here. Just connecting your right hand maybe to the outer hip or thigh. And then from this position, just rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. If it doesn't hurt your neck, you can turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Pause, feel your feet. Breathe down into the feet. Press your left shin forward. Push down through the right heel. Really nice. On an inhale breath, we'll rise back up, warrior 2. And then exhale, step to the top of your mat, joining your hands in Anjali Mudra. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now let's switch sides. So we'll step our left leg open and set up heel to arch alignment. So the heel of the front foot aligned with the arch of the back, arms to a T position, triangle prep pose. And then tilt the pelvis, bring your right hand to your shin, left arm to the sky. Little soft bend in your right knee. will help protect the joint and also give you a little bit more to push down into the floor. So grounding through our feet, especially as we add movement through the torso, bringing your left hand to the nape of the neck. I'm going to feel really grounded to the feet so we don't fall over. Now on an inhale breath, lean back, reach your elbow back, 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 press your head into your hand, and with your exhale, bring your left elbow towards your right elbow. Inhale, lift your left elbow up, leaning back. Really nice. Exhale, elbow to elbow. One more full cycle. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, lift your left arm all the way up, and then exhale, bend the front knee, rise up. Virabhadrasana 2. On an inhale breath, lift your right arm through the sky, slide your left arm just lightly down the back thigh. Now with your exhale breath, right elbow to the right thigh, lift your left arm over your ear. Inhale, breath to reverse warrior. And then exhale, maybe the elbow comes to the thigh, or you can go deeper, bringing your hand to your prop, if that feels good. Good. One more full cycle. Inhale. And then exhale. Now from here, let's enjoy at least a half bind, wrapping our arm around the back. You can relax your neck here, or turn your left shoulder up, 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 and back. You can turn your gaze up if that doesn't hurt your neck. Feel your right sit bone scoop underneath you. Press down through the left heel. Pause, experience the breath, and experience how nourishing this feels, not just for your body, but also your baby. Really nice. Now on an inhale breath, let's rise back up, warrior 2. And then as you exhale, big step forward, hands to heart at the top of your mat. Good. Now let's transition to some floor poses. So on an inhale breath, we'll lift our arms all the way up. And then with an exhale breath, we'll dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lift up halfway. And then exhale, place your hands to the floor, step back into plank pose, take one deep breath in plank. And then exhale, lower your knees to the floor, and feel free to enjoy any of those 3 variations that I offered previously, either cat-cows or our upward dog variation, or the pregnancy push-ups. I'm gonna do 3 pregnancy push-ups. And just a slight hugging of the baby in as you rise. Good, and then curl your toes under, land in down dog. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way up. Now step your right foot wide of your right hand, making plenty of space for your baby. Bring your back knee to the floor. And let's do a few rounds between this dragon lunge and a half split. So you're gonna inhale and gaze up. I know that's always a really tender stretch in my body as I move through my pregnancy. And then exhale, lengthen the front leg. Do 2 more here. Inhale, coming forward. Reach your heart through your upper arm bones. And then exhale, lengthen the front leg. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Now we're gonna bend the front knee and heel toe your right foot across the top of your mat. Bring your right foot towards the left corner of your mat and come onto the knife edge of your foot. Now here might be a great opportunity, again, to use your props. So your props will give you just a little bit more space for you and your baby. Now we're gonna pull back through the right outer hip and send the left hip a little bit forward. So you should feel a nice stretch all the way through the fascial band of your IT band, through the low back, through the outer hip, through the outside of your right shin. How about one more deep breath in? And one more deep breath out. Now from here, we're set up for Pigeon Pose. So you can set the props to the side. You'll bend your right knee and slide your right shin all the way to the floor. Now if you'd like, you can take a bolster. Bolster is always really nice in a Pigeon Pose, giving you a lot more space for you and your baby. And then you'll just rest forehead down onto the bolster. You know, one kind of sometimes uncomfortable thing is that you have to have enough space for your belly. So it depends how big your baby is, how big your belly is. So you might need to lift up a little bit higher if you feel like your heel is really digging into your belly. But make sure the pose feels really comfortable and nurturing for you. So let's stay here for just a few more deep breaths. Now we'll rise up slowly onto the palms of our hands. You can set your bolster or your couch cushion off to the side, just somewhere where it's handy. Roll to your right outer hip and bring your left leg forward. And I'm just gonna turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. We're gonna take our left shin and place it over our right knee, Agni Stambhasana. So your pose might look a little bit different than mine. A lot of times people's ankle doesn't come quite all the way to the outer knee. That's okay. Just work close as you can, heel to the outer line of the knee. Sometimes there's space between the knee and the ankle. And so you can always prop up under that space with your block or even your couch cushion. Might be useful. Okay, and then fortunately, we have a little bit of space so we can relax our belly forward and come forward into a forward fold if that feels okay in your body. Again, if you're more tight, you might not be able to fold forward comfortably. But this is a really, really nice stretch if you're feeling a lot of low back discomfort in your pregnancy. Feel your breath as a way of just massaging your baby. All right, so let's rise up slowly. We're going to uncross our ankles and we're going to come right back into downward facing dog. Enjoy a deep breath in and downward dog and a deep breath out. Now inhale, lift your left leg all the way up and then step your left foot wide of your left hand, making plenty of space for baby as you do those big step throughs. That's always a really nice thing to do and modify throughout your practice. Okay, and then again, as you inhale, we can come forward. Get a really nice stretch for your psoas muscle. A lot of stretching for some of those muscles that are really lengthened by pregnancy. And then exhale, lengthen the front leg. Inhale, back and forth with your breath cycle. Exhale. And let's just do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll bend the front knee, and here we can grab a couple of our blocks if you're using them. Heel toe your left foot across the top of your mat. And bring your left foot, the outer edge of your left foot, towards the right top corner of your mat. Stack your blocks like right underneath your shoulders so that you feel like your joints are really supported in this pose. Your left hip pulls back, your right hip turns forward. Enjoy a few really deep breaths. All right, so let's shift into Pigeon Pose. And from here, we're gonna bend the front knee. You can set your props to the side and just slide right into Pigeon Pose. If you'd like to use your bolster, set it up in front of you. And then just give yourself at least your forehead and your chest something to rest on. Feel yourself shifting internally into a state of ease, breath, and presence. Now let's rise up slowly. We're going to roll to our left outer hip and bring our right leg forward. So I'll turn to face you again. We call this double pigeon Agni Stambhasana. You'll take your right foot and bring it over your bottom left knee. Okay, and then sometimes it's nice to kind of slide your booty back a little bit so that you get more hinge at your hips rather than trying to fold forward from your low back, which will feel more compressive for your baby. If you're folding forward at the hips, then you can keep your chest nice, long, and open so that there's more space. All right, so let's rise up slowly. And this concludes the end of our prenatal yoga flow. And it's a great part of our practice to transition into Shavasana. So in Shavasana, it's probably not comfortable for you. Well, it depends on your stage of pregnancy to lay directly on your back. So you can use your bolster and lay back on the bolster for Shavasana. Or if you'd like, you can just take it to the couch, get supported underneath your low back and your spine for your baby. And enjoy 10, 15-minute Shavasana so that you really get a chance to restore your energies. You're growing another human being. And so give yourself some time for that today. It was really wonderful to share this practice with you. And please feel free to revisit the video anytime you need throughout your pregnancy. And I hope we get to see each other again. You can click on the subscribe button and learn more about our online video offerings. Namaste.